Hollywood may sparkle with glitz and glamour, but behind the scenes, it's a whole different story, one filled with unexpected stink bombs, questionable hygiene, and downright bizarre personal habits. Ever wondered what happens when A-list stars let loose in the most unfiltered and unfiltered airways? From gas attacks that shut down sets to breath so bad it could scare off a co-star mid-kiss. These behind-the-scenes horror stories will have you gagging and laughing in equal measure. Buckle up, things are about to get seriously stinky. Number 5. Blake Lively's not-so-gossip-worthy set behavior. When you think of Blake Lively, you probably imagine her dazzling on the red carpet or effortlessly charming the world in Gossip Girl. However, if you ask those who worked with her, they might paint a rather odorous picture. Allegations surfaced that Blake had a habit of letting out burps and farts between takes while filming the hit series. Rosella Rigo, host of Cooking with Nona and a former extra on the show, didn't hold back when recalling Lively's alleged antics. She accused the actress of acting like the world was lucky to inhale her natural aromas. She went on to say that Lively's attitude on set was less than pleasant, and she had a knack for throwing co-stars under the bus, particularly Justin Baldoni, who was reportedly at odds with her legally. While Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, reportedly adored her, even bowing down to her in the early stages of their relationship, it seems like not everyone on set was equally enamored. Rigo, who had spent 6 seasons working on Gossip Girl, claimed that Lively had grown up in an industry where everyone worshipped her, and as a result, she expected to get away with anything, including a little extra air pollution on set. Number 4. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the water bottle bandit. If you ever find yourself on set with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you might want to inspect any water bottles lying around before taking a sip. Why? Because rumor has it that Johnson has a very specific way of relieving himself when nature calls, by peeing in Voss water bottles. According to industry insiders, Johnson avoids public restrooms and prefers to, well, handle business in his personal stash of water bottles. And no, he's not exactly shy about it. In a 2024 interview with The Wrap, sources revealed that a production assistant or someone from his team is usually tasked with disposing of the odd evidence. The Rock himself has admitted to this peculiar habit. In previous interviews, he explained that due to his intense workout schedule, he often doesn't have time for proper restroom breaks. Instead, he resorts to using discarded water bottles. He tried to paint it as a practical, even hygienic, solution, stating that the gyms he trains in often lack bathrooms. While he may be able to lift insane amounts of weight, apparently, even The Rock can't hold it in forever. Number 3. Will Smith's gas attack. A fart that shut down production. We've all been in an awkward situation where someone lets out a silent but deadly fart, leaving everyone gasping for fresh air. But imagine if that someone happened to be Will Smith, and the resulting catastrophe was so intense that it forced an entire film production to come to a screeching halt. Barry Sonnenfeld, the director of Men in Black, once recalled a particularly noxious incident that left an unforgettable mark on the crew, literally and figuratively. During an intense scene inside a confined car prop, Smith and Tommy Lee Jones were in the middle of filming when disaster struck. Smith, reportedly having indulged in a questionable lunch, let out what was described as an unholy room-clearing explosion. Initially, the crew assumed it was a prank or maybe a special effects mishap, but the look of horror on Jones's face confirmed that this was all too real. Smith, realizing the extent of his destruction, immediately started begging for the car doors to be opened. Unfortunately, since the scene required the actors to stay inside the vehicle for an extended period, the doors remained locked, turning the prop car into a biological hazard zone. Sonnenfeld later revealed that the incident was so bad that production had to pause while the car was aired out. Jones, ever the professional, tried to play it cool and keep his composure until the doors finally swung open, and he bolted out like his life depended on it. The entire set erupted in laughter, but for those who had been trapped inside, it was no laughing matter. Apparently, this wasn't an isolated case. Sonnenfeld later disclosed that Smith had quite a reputation for his explosive tendencies, having reportedly caused multiple disruptions on set due to his gastrointestinal outbursts. Smith himself has addressed this quirk in interviews, even joking that he enjoys being gassy. While he might find it amusing, it seems his co-stars might not share the same enthusiasm, especially poor Tommy Lee Jones, who had to endure what could only be described as a fart-induced near-death experience. Number 2. Shailene Woodley's earthy kisses, literally. If you've ever had the unfortunate experience of kissing someone with questionable breath, take a moment to appreciate what actor Miles Teller had to endure while filming the spectacular Now. Teller, who played Woodley's love interest in the film, was in for a rather unique experience every time their lips met. Unlike your average Hollywood actress who might rely on minty fresh gum before a romantic scene, Woodley followed a very different approach. A known advocate for holistic and all-natural remedies, Woodley has openly shared that she eats clay for its supposed detoxifying benefits. Yes, you read that correctly, she consumes clay, claiming it helps cleanse the body of toxins. While that might sound interesting from a health perspective, it had an unfortunate side effect. It made her breath smell like, well, actual dirt. Before one of their on-screen smooches, Teller was caught off guard when Woodley informed him that she had just ingested a Chinese dirt supplement, a traditional detox method that, while potentially beneficial, reportedly left her breath resembling the scent of a freshly dug-up garden. Teller, trying to be polite, didn't say much at first, but after several takes, he eventually couldn't ignore the earthy aroma. Things only got worse when he noticed she carried around a mason jar filled with clay-rich water, which she sipped throughout the day like some kind of magical elixir. To add to the bizarre situation, Woodley was also known for using homemade toothpaste made from clay, which, unlike regular toothpaste, isn't meant to be spit out, but rather swallowed. While she swears by its benefits for oral health, Teller and some of their fellow co-stars weren't exactly thrilled about the lingering taste of soil during intimate scenes. In interviews, Teller has shared his amusement and mild horror at Woodley's unconventional habits, admitting that while she's a wonderful actress, he wouldn't necessarily recommend the experience to anyone looking for a fresh and minty on-screen romance. Meanwhile, Woodley remains unapologetic, doubling down on her all-natural lifestyle and claiming that once you get used to the taste, clay isn't that bad. While that may be true for her, one can only imagine Teller reaching for a pack of breath mints every time they wrapped up a scene. Number 1. Woody Harrelson's vegan gas chamber. Woody Harrelson has built a reputation as one of Hollywood's most laid-back and easygoing actors. A dedicated environmentalist and longtime advocate for plant-based diets, he's been vegan for over 30 years. But while his lifestyle is commendable from a health and ethical standpoint, his castmates might argue that it comes with some serious, olfactory consequences. Ted Danson, who worked closely with Harrelson on Cheers, once revealed that Harrelson's dietary choices made him a force to be reckoned with in the gastrointestinal department. According to Danson, Woody wasn't just gassy, he was a strategic farter. He would lock eyes with you, Danson recounted, and then you'd suddenly realize the horror of what had just happened. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this dive into Hollywood's stinky side, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more juicy celebrity stories, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Hollywood gossip. Drop a comment below. What's the grossest on-set story you've ever heard? Let's chat in the comments. See you next time.